Okay, hi guys, back with another video. This is Miles and the boys here, and today we're going to be doing a new type of, format. Um, well, let's get into it. So today oh shoot, I don't want that. Okay, so today we are doing this thing that I like. I watched other creator, adizzpro, and I like his content, and I want to try this for myself. So, um, no, uh, that. So we're gonna start. So this scenario is where if like civilization like started over. So what we're gonna do is we are going. Sorry, I might be really bad with this. We're going to be starting in America, in the Americas instead of Europe and Asia or whatever. We're starting in South America, in like up here. So let's get into it. So what I plan on doing is I plan that they start right here. Civilization started over again. It's just a redoing. It's just a redoing right here. This is where civilization starts. So there's people going up and down the coast. This is where they so they start right here. And right in here. Right here. Oh shoot. Uh um Jesus. I can't control this. Okay. We're gonna redo this. Hold on. Sorry, it's really glitchy with this. So we're gonna take this, and we are going to do this. Hold on. So there. So all of these so people start right here, and they begin to explore. It's just, but they don't go too far because of the Amazon rainforest. Actually, in fact, I'm actually gonna get uh um I'm gonna get rid of this. Like they didn't go out this far. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. A little bit of technical difficulties. So and it's just yeah. Okay, so they didn't go out that far. Hold on. You know what? I'm just restarting this. So civilization will be starting right here. We are going to get white as can be. So civilization starts right here. So there it is. Little pocket. And they start to explore because, they'd be interested. Okay. Okay. What's going on here? So there. They'll go up the coast here, check it out. Also go over here. But they don't go too far. They just start right here. And so a little group of people begin the red civilization. And they make a little pocket of land of like maybe 50 people on this little coast right here. And then another bit of people start a little civilization up here. Up this. And these are two different factions. So the red wants wants to find actually no, they don't have factions. I'm not going to do that. Not just yet. Both of these civilizations are just going to start expanding. The blue is the fastest to get to this little water bank right here. And right here. And they start to do a little bit more, and they discover all this. All of this. Blue is the first one to it. But before that, red starts moving their territory over this way. And they discover and they start to just slowly make it around the coast. Red mostly wants the coast. It wants to start their thing to be around the coast. But blue isn't. Blue just wants to expand. It's just expanding for them. Oh Jesus, I can't do this. Oh Jesus. And they claim the lake, and they move up the coast and over here. And they push down, and they send a large bit to just take over all of this. Hold on. We are going to do white. And they start sending a lot more troops to go find, well, just normal people. They don't have troops yet. And actually, we're gonna then they're gonna start going down this way. And they send all around this coast. All around this coast is just, and they find, but they don't go too much. They don't go too much farther because this wouldn't, because there's the massive jungle over here, and it's just hard. They go up to there. That's all they could get to. And looks like the blue is getting a little bit more ground. And down the coast they go. And then they stop. It's a little bit hard now to send out stuff, and they don't want, and getting too big. This is now. That's where their story stops right for now. But red, they meet up with them. They begin to go down the coast. They go down this. And before blue could send more people to take before they could take this land, red starts to go around them, trying to take as much land as they could before they hit the rainforest. and there is red. So if we look right now, this is what it looks. This looks like. This is probably the first 50 years. This is I don't really know, but this is the first 50 years. And so we're going to move back in there. Okay, so now it's pretty, and then they start to send a little bit. They start to send people down this way. They're just going to stick to the coast, really tightly to the coast. They just want to discover more land. Before they know it, and there they are. But then mysteriously they all die. All of them just die, and they never get back the stuff. So they have no idea that they found anything or anything. No, mysteriously they just died and never came back. Well, maybe they didn't die and just never came back, which is actually what happened. They the people that were running it, it was this one guy who didn't like the red, so they just moved on. But these guys didn't really like the government because they kind of controlling. So then they moved down the coast, all the way down, far away. And all the way down the coast they went. Where before they got to the mountains, they decided that the best choice of all actions here would just set up camp. So here they began to just open up. So then before you know it, there was the Lime team. And he was right, and they started all right here. This is the biggest group they've ever sent out to find land and just discover, and they just never came back. So if you see now, there's a little government over here. Hold on, I want to redo these borders. Hold on. Make this a little bit bigger. Before they made it to the Andes, they set up camp and started expanding. They didn't want to expand too far because they felt expanding would kind of just demolish their possible empire. They just became a little bit long. They didn't want to go too far because this was a really hard continent to traverse with all the Amazon and the Andes, and just so some up in Venezuela and some in like Peru and a little bit of Chile. So this is starting to look like a little bit of a map. So back to red. Let's look at red's case. So red sends a little bit more people down this way. And red isn't that keen on expanding. They just want to discover. I mean, everybody's keen on expanding. And so does the blue send a little bit more so they can expand. The blue really wants to expand. Sorry, that's my sister in the background. Really wants to expand down this way. Uh, but it's starting to get a lot harder, so they send back all of their. So now the blue wants to expand, and this is where it begins. War. None of them want to go to war right now, but the red and the blue, don't enjoy each other. You know, so they go down this way, and they send explorers again, but the explorers, you know, aren't so helpful because they end up going on the wrong path and go up this way and end up getting eaten by alligators. So technically, this isn't really, you know, found, but I'm just going to put it as a route that they use. And so now that they have two things gone, they do not want to go any further this way. And so they begin to just even out the coast right here. There isn't much much more places that they can go, but they just expand in the area. They do know where they can go, and there they are. This is so they begin. So I won't for the green. For the green, I would say they are kind of a rebellion, but not really. I don't know how to put it. Because they didn't break off. They didn't take land. You could say they did take land. Okay, so then blue starts to reach over here to take over their land. And red doesn't really like this, so they begin to take the land again. So and oh, okay, we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. And they begin to take all this land. Before you know it, both of these are just massive blobs that are kept in by the rain forest. You can't really go down that way much more because it's kind of just a massive rainforest. So red decides, you know what, we're just gonna go down the way that they went, and they end up using the same path a little bit farther in, and they're like, nothing's out here, so they scope out this area, and they decide, you know what, this is okay, and we'll just stop right here. So right here, they start an exclave along the coast. And you see, well, you know, the blue feels like it's getting encroached on. So what they do is before red could get up to their borders, they decide they're going to go straight around them because blue and them kind of, it's fine. So blue begins this way, and they start to go around them, and they're going to try to enclave them just in case they don't, try to. But red doesn't allow this, and and this kind of looks like it's a staring contest. It's nobody gets hurt, but it's just a staring contest. So what red does is, it's like what Russia and them did. They just did like a kind of staring contest. Oh shoot! kind of had a staring contest. Um, so then, because nobody wants to go into war right now, and and they just keep going down. This is undiscovered land technically, but I don't really care. I do not really care. Um, then this is where it starts to get a little bit goofy. So then they send a little bit more out to go, and before you know it, Red has just gone for it. They This is kind of messy. This is really messy, and so then we're gonna have Blue also encroach down this way. Um, just watch this. Uh, so it's just it. They're just like racing down the coast, but then because they're and some blues just come down over red, and they don't have like set stone like stuff, and they end up just looking like this. It's horrible. That's the worst border I've ever seen. This really sucks. And so this starts, and they start focusing on colonialism. This a rebellion breaks out, and Red can't really do anything because they just and so these guys break off saying it's just no, we're not doing this, because they are just not paying attention to all these all these people over here. So they begin, and because they're all stuck in this exclave, and Blue won't let them go through them. There's literally no way for them to get back, and they realize that they've done. Oh, shoot, we've messed up, and so they start just taking land, and they start taking up a lot. Oh shoot, I almost. And then they just boom. And they're like, "Oh shoot, we're losing all our land. Oh shoot." And Blue is like, "Well, you snooze, you lose." And they begin to include and begin to take it too. And Red's like, "Jesus, oh my god, I can't do anything." And it's just land to take. So then they just split it at this point. Um and they call it a day. They don't want Blue taking too much. So now this government is just going to stay here. They don't want to move too much. They might take a little bit of this over here just to make themselves. But this is what it looks like so far. Does not look so good for the red because they're enclaved. They're almost entirely enclaved, and Blue is reaching down too. So they're worried now. So now, they're worried that they're people now that they see that they have an example. Um, they begin to lay off, and they start just going down the coast. They don't care. They desperately need land, and then they find these weird huts out, and then they find people, and then they figure out that these are the people that left Blue in the dust years back. And Red starts and then Red's like, Could we work together? Uh, and then they agree. So they aren't really in an alliance because alliance hasn't really been begun yet. But they just like if ever a war happened, if ever a war happened, Green would help because the Green government more so likes the Red government. Well, at least they probably used to. Now they don't know what's happened up there. So shoot. So this is what South America looks now. So it's all on the coast, and it looks hideous, absolutely hideous. So red secretly because like there's only I'd say through all of them there's a population count of probably only 10,000. So they don't inhabit all of this land. They just want it. So what we're gonna do is that they want this little land right here. They don't declare war, but they just take land. Shoot. Um, I don't know. Not. I do not know how to run this thing. Do I? So they just take all of this and a little bit more out here. And before they know it, red is just their old self. And they're messing up again. And now, before you know it, once again, these people are like, you're doing the same thing that they asked you to stop doing. So then, oh shoot, we're breaking off. And boom, once again. And it's right at a choke point. So it's kind of hard to get past. And so they just start taking all the land. And they just go for it. And boom. So now, okay, sorry you guys. But we only can film for a certain amount of time, so I'm gonna just tell you what you missed. So what you missed, well, it's not really your fault what you missed, but what happened basically while you were gone. Uh, these regions of the blue just decided to break off and join the pink team. The pink purple team that broke off of red. Like red used to be up here, now they're down here. Lime, yeah. Basically, that's all it is. Blue team got some losses. I mean, this is pretty fast for civilization. This is probably it's been around 200 years, and this is all of the stuff. I'm probably not gonna have an actual like full on war until like episode 3, and we're probably gonna stay on this continent till probably episode 5 or 6, because like I might like get a couple places, but like full on like this is yeah. So hope you guys like the video. Go subscribe, go like if you really like it, and I'll probably keep doing this. Uh, this is an inspiration from adizzpro. He's a good mapping YouTuber. I don't know what genre to call it, but he's good, and I like him. And so this is influenced off of that. So I hope you guys have a great day. And well, bye my Pookie Bears.